All right, so we have a big enclosure talk today. This one's just basically what we have on the production floor. I thought it would be cool to be able to compare them side by side. We do have lots of playlists for specific models. This one will probably go under quite a few of those playlists since we have a plethora of enclosures here. But I just thought it would be cool to be able to compare them side by side. We have them on the website, but seeing them in more three-dimensional, in-person kind of video chat here is a little bit easier to kind of, well, visualize. So we'll start with the Evo here. Some of these obviously don't have doors, but it still goes to show you it's a little bit easier too. This is an Evo 24. So these are arboreal-specific enclosures. You can see that it does have the drop-down contour door. They do come with the perch mounts. And then you can select your perch size or get it without perches and put your own perches in there. So this is a basically a 2x2x2 cube. And like I said, arboreal specific. We have a green tree python kit that actually comes with the VE 40 watt radiant heat panel and the dimmable LED. You can also option those two out in the regular Evo, not just the Green Tree Python kit. And we also, under the regular Evo, have multiple heat panel manufacturer options if you wanted to go with that. But the Green Tree Python kit includes the VE radiant heat panel and the VE dimmable LED in the price. Just makes it easier, a little bit more one click there. So super simple. Our arboreal models, our Evo models are specifically for arboreal, and we have a couple sizes there. So moving back here, we have the IQ36, which is a 3x2x2 enclosure. So the IQ series is a set of enclosures that has a little bit different manufacturing style and assembly style. They're more for kind of either a commercial setup where you just need a bunch of enclosures, or for the keeper that wants to install their own accessories, or if you keep ambient. So these are just the enclosure themselves. Makes for a little bit more economical shipping. Since we don't have to factor in any accessories in there. They do have the cross-plane ventilation, which is cool. So Steven added that for these models. So you see it has the intake vents there. Two swing out doors in this model, the IQ36, as well as the exhaust vents back there. Now, we typically put our heating on the viewer's right side. You can put it wherever you'd like since you're installing the accessories there. But that's typically how we do it. So you get the intake here, and it goes across the heat panel or whatever heating element you might put in there to the exhaust vents back there. You've got your cord slots. So when you're installing your accessories, you can route them out the back, nice and easy. No need to drill any holes. But very nice there. I like the CNC contour design. Steven has some cool, cool manufacturing designs there. Okay, breathing. Whew. And here we have the triple stack of the 24XL, which is a 30x24x24 enclosure. These are not specifically arboreal enclosures, so you can get them without purchase, but they are most commonly used for arboreal setups. These are white bodies with black fronts and the chrome gold focus cube logo there. Gold knob. So we'll go ahead and open this up here. This one has the triple 15mm perch combo. They are the silver. You can see it does have the clasping perches there. You've seen these probably in other enclosure talks, but they're very cool. So it allows you to be able to remove them pretty easily. But for the animal, as they're cruising around, doesn't necessarily pick them up off the perch since the carbon perches are pretty light. We've got the 40 watt radiant heat panel there. It's a little bit easier to see with the white. You've got your dimmable LED up front. Cord routed out the back. So when you go to assemble an enclosure that has installed accessories, they are shipped flat pack typically. So all you do, and it is in the instructions as well, is just as you are putting the rear panel on, just route your cords out your cord slots and then reaffix your panel and good to go there. So makes it nice and easy. Also, this one does have the cord cover there, so you can see that it covers the VE cord cover loop, makes it to where the animal cannot access the area, and the cord goes pretty much straight out the back too, so nice and easy there. So that's the 24XL, which is a 30x24x24. Dropping down here, we have the Evo 30. So this is the Evo 24. The Evo 30 is a 30 by 24 by 18 enclosure. This is a white build. You can see it does have the keyed lock on the swing out door here. Black knob. We'll jump inside. Has a CNC contour drop down door area. So the Evo models also too are typically for more sterile keeping. It has a smaller substrate dam with more of a viewing area, since a lot of arboreal keepers want to have a large viewing area, as well as keep sterile with like a puppy pad or newspaper or paper, etc. Jumping inside here, it's got the VE 40 watt radiant heat panel. You've got the dimmable LED. Cord goes straight out the back there. This is also a triple 15mm perch combo with the clip-in perch mounts. With these, they are the matte, which is the standard perch style, or perch color. There we go. We do have color options if you go with that. So like this is the silver, which looks super clean, and we have the matte, which also looks great. So depends on what your color I guess appearance goals are. There we go. Yeah, so Evo, nice and simple. That's arboreal setup there. And we'll go ahead and move over to this model here, which is a C3 slider, 3x2x2. So you see the IQ over there. That is a 3x2x2 swing out door IQ model. And the 3x2x2 slider, C3 slider here. You can see it does have a white body with the black front and the chrome red logo there. Lots of different options for your aesthetic. So this one actually is an empty build. So you can see lots of cord slots back there with the, I'm getting ahead of myself, the rear vents. So you do have the front intake vent on sliding enclosures because they have the bypassing door. They're going to have a little bit of air intake in the front there. You've got your main vents over here on the viewer's left with the vents over here on the right. It just, with the sliders, it adds a little bit of cross plane over the heat, since as the heat goes, it has the air exit the enclosure there. I'm getting a little too scientific here, but I'll get out of the weeds. But basically, yeah, it has a little bit of the cross-plane ventilation with the slider standard, which is cool. I really like our sliders. They do come with the polycarbonate 1/4-inch doors standard. So that is a pretty thick polycarbonate door compared to a lot of other manufacturers. And you can also upgrade it to the 1/4-inch high polished tempered glass, which you can see the glass back there, kind of, maybe. Just need to clean that and wrap it up for this one's shipment. So you can upgrade to the glass if you like. They do come with the door pulls when they have the glass doors. And the colored knobs do come with the polycarbonate doors, and so you can tap the polycarbonate doors and not the glass doors. So a little aside there, that's one of the common questions we get. Yeah, so, and back here we actually have a concept for Max. So the standard concept is an ambient model. It's for the Cambro 26 by 18 by 15 tubs. The concept 4 fits 4 of the tubs. And the Max model is the radiant heat panel equipped model there. So it does have overhead heating like a standard enclosure would have, because typical tub systems are heated by heat tape. These do have the overhead radiant heat panel heating. They do only come with the Wheelbanks 80 watt radiant heat panel. Steven spent a lot of time developing this. You can see that it is flush. That's something that's really cool. Took him a long time. So it is only available with the Wheelbanks 80 watt radiant heat panel, but it's a great size panel for the available tub size. You can see that it does have the tub rails there. Those are super buttery. You've got your heat panel covers, which helps with the heat creep. Now, each one of these levels is controlled by its own probe. So the heat creep really isn't so much of a big deal. You can control each tub individually, but super awesome. Really love the Max. They're super popular. The Max 4 is only available for freight shipping, just because it is too large for standard flat pack FedEx shipping. But if you do want something shipped FedEx, you can check out the Concept 3 max there. So very cool. And then we already went over those enclosures back there. You can check out that enclosure talk from last week. So very cool. We've got quite a few in here. I'm going to go ahead and catch my breath here and upload this video. But yeah, once again, this is the enclosure talk plethora of our models.